So today I'm going to talk about how to create videos faster, cheaper, more of them, and how to use AI to simplify the whole process. And the reason I decided to make this video is because a lot of people struggle to make the video in the first place, let alone use AI to simplify the process or hire the right people without blowing budgets on unnecessary freelancers that are just going to be lazy and actually making the whole thing quick, efficient, and robust. So let's get into it. And by the way, everything I'm going to be showing you in today's video is everything that I use on my own channel, all the systems and mindset that allows me to make videos quickly, efficiently, and at scale. And most importantly, just make a fairly good amount of money with this channel via brand deals and affiliate marketing and even selling info. So let's get to step number one. And if at any point in time you want my help applying this to your own situation, click the link down below to the Forge. That's my one-to-one program. Be it with a personal brand or faceless, we can see if I can help you out. So the link is down below. Now let's get into the step number one. So the first method that I personally use is the burner account method. Now on my channel in previous videos, I believe actually in this video right here, that is going to be called How I Research YouTube Using AI. I showed you a bunch of AI-based research methods, but there is one method that I briefly covered in that video, but I'm going to go over now into that in more detail, and that is the burner account method. So let's say I'm going to call this account YouTube Automation Burner, right? Because that's obviously the main topic of my own channel. So I'm going to create this new account real quick. Now, you see a lot of people struggle to come up with ideas. They don't know what they're doing really, and I don't blame them if you're a beginner, but what you could do is just simply create a blank account, a fresh account, and do the following. So let's say the niche on my channel is like YouTube education / AI tools, but to make it easier, let's just focus on YouTube education. So I can type something like YouTube automation, right? And so just see what comes up. So these videos are going to start popping up, and I'm going to click into those, and I'm going to basically pretend like I am a user and I want to watch these videos. So just mute the sound, let the video play in the background, and like do the same with these other videos. Just click around the video, pretend like you want to watch a video, and immediately if I go back to the homepage, you're going to see now how YouTube assumes that on this fresh account, I'm mostly interested in YouTube automation, and it's going to start recommending me these YouTube related videos. Not all of them. So for example, a few of them are off topic, but that's okay. What we need to do is reassure YouTube in that assumption and watch even more YouTube automation videos. So maybe go to that video, click into even more videos, basically spend like, I don't know, 10 minutes doing that, behaving like someone who would be interested in YouTube automation videos. And now if you go back again to the homepage, it's basically going to become the single most important point of research for YouTube. And YouTube is literally going to serve you viral and working ideas that are working right now on the homepage. And as you know, as you might know, most of the people are going to come to your videos from the browse feed. And so this could become the place, and it should be the place where you go to find your next video idea. Of course, keep in mind you could use AI, and I explained this in this video on my channel, and it's a bit more of an advanced method, but you know, this is basically method number one, the burner account. So let's move on to method number two. So the second thing on my list here is coming up with a package, so thumbnail and title. And look, you should do a few things here and keep a few things in mind. First of all, you always need to come up with a thumbnail and a title first, and only then you come up with the actual script and the outline of a video. Because nowadays on YouTube, idea is everything, especially if you want to get mass views. So for example, even the most popular video on my channel, the 10-hour course, obviously it's easy to agree, I think, that the only reason it got 1.7 million views is because it was an insanely original idea, and nobody has ever done, at the time, nobody had ever done this kind of a packaging and a big course about YouTube automation. And that is why it's got all these views, and to this day it's still accumulating views, because the idea was insanely original and unique. And so that is where it all starts. You first have to ideate that title and a thumbnail. Now you might be asking, well, how do I come up with these? Again, you can go on YouTube, your burner account, and kind of see what is trending. You can maybe take a screenshot of this, give it to AI, and based on these viral concepts, you could ask AI to give you a few ideas of your own, but you should always still finalize everything with your own mind, because you can never trust AI with coming up with these viral ideas entirely. But of course, it can be used to accelerate the process. So when it comes to creating a thumbnail, I don't recommend you using like Canva or Photoshop yourself unless you are already an experienced designer. What you should do instead is actually hiring a designer, because designing thumbnails is a skill. And I think if you're going to be a YouTuber, it's going to be a waste of your time to learn this skill, because there are already existing thumbnail designers that understand this stuff. They're better than you are, and they charge anywhere from $30 to $40 for a good thumbnail. So I also don't recommend you to cheap out here and pay anything less than like $20, because you're just going to work with a bad designer. And yeah, also don't try to make it entirely with AI yourself. Like, I know people nowadays tell you that you can create thumbnails with AI. And sure, if it's like brain rot for like an automation channel, you could potentially use AI to create it entirely. But if it's something like one of those thumbnails that you see here, I guarantee you none of those were made with AI. And there is a reason for that. Like people hire designers, for example, for a thumbnail like this, it was surely made by a designer and not like AI generated. So I think you get the point. But yeah, to long story short, first comes the idea, and then you come up with the title and a thumbnail, outsource the thumbnail. And once the title and the thumbnail are done, you can then proceed to actually recording the video and never the other way around. So when it comes to scripting, I personally do most of the videos myself. So even like right now, the video I'm recording now, it's mostly improvised. Obviously, it takes a bit of time and experience to get the grasp of it and to just be able to freestyle those videos. But trust me, it is the easiest way to go about this. Now, if you are making faceless videos, obviously you need those scripts in place. But anyway, the way you do that is typically always I tend to use Whisper Flow. For those of you that don't know, it's like this tool that you can literally dictate your words into it. Now I know ChatGPT and Claude have had this feature for a while, but this tool is more transformative. Like you can literally dictate things all across your PC, so that's pretty convenient. And then you can literally just find a few outlier videos or a few competitors. So for example, let's say you want to reference this title that is called "This Hidden AI YouTube Niche Made $10,000." So you could copy his script. So just to understand the concept and what is he's talking about in the video, you could go on to show transcript on the left, then copy the entire transcript like so, and then you can take it over to AI and basically have AI help you come up with the concept. And then you can just whisper flow and be like, hey, here's the transcript of this video. I want to create maybe something similar, maybe based on this transcript. What's the outline of this video? How can I make this more original? Maybe let's explore an opportunity for us to make a spin-off, etc. Then you can use Cloud Code, and I actually have a system that I give to my students that allows you to create original YouTube scripts. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you to copy people, and you would only grab videos of other people to actually just grab the overall ideas and outlines, but never copying them. But once you found a few outliers, you could then give it over to my system in Cloud Code that then allows you to create original scripts or outlines. Really, if you're doing a personal brand, it could be an outline. If you're doing a faceless channel, it could be an absolutely humanized script that YouTube would not classify as AI slop, and you could even run this like on a faceless channel without any problems with monetization. And so the only thing when it comes to scripting, I mean, you always want to re-engage the viewers. And a big thing is to reconfirm the title pretty much right away at the beginning of the video. So that, people actually watch it, just like I did it myself in this video. So the title of this video, the one you're watching now, is going to be Create YouTube Videos Faster, Cheaper, and More of Them. This is literally how I opened this video word for word. And so that is what I mean by saying reconfirm the title as soon as possible. So when it comes to recording, again, that depends on whether you are doing personal brand or faceless. Now, I'm assuming you're doing personal brand. And honestly, with it's so much slop nowadays, I really recommend people to start doing personal brand because it used to be overly saturated. Everybody was saying personal brand, personal brand. Then AI came out and everybody's now doing slop. And so it's actually now a good time and there is opportunity to make a personal brand channel because everybody's overly focused on creating yet another slop channel. And so a lot of niches are in demand for good personal brands. So first of all, get into the good energy, right? So if you're pissed off, if you're in a bad mood, if you're like all grumpy and you're mumbling on camera, obviously don't even record. So I don't know, have a coffee or just have a better night of sleep. But it's important actually. If you're not in a good energy or mood, people can see it, and so your video is just gonna be boring. I'm gonna be honest with you. Then you can use a framework. So literally what I'm doing right now. So depending on what kind of video you record, but I typically record videos going off some kind of a Google Doc or a Notion file where I have the outline and I kind of know what I'm gonna talk about, and I just do that. So that's you're literally watching me implementing this strategy that is written down in this sentence. And then regarding the footage, that obviously depends on what kind of video you're making. So if you are making more of a lifestyle video, of course, it's going to require more footage. But if you're making educational videos, you could just go online and point at things, or you could also use AI. So for example, so like actually in a few of my recent videos in the intro, like for example, this video right here. So like the video is about Hostinger. It's like this tool that it's like straight up an AI tutorial. And I think we could argue that fundamentally it's kind of a boring video in terms of the presentation. Like I'm just showing people how to use this chatbot, right? But in the intro, I did generate some B-roll with AI to make it like more engaging and more entertaining. I mean, you can even see I used an AI generated clip of myself. So you get the idea. It totally depends on what you're doing and you could get creative here. Absolutely. And the next thing here is don't obsess over the setup early. Now, I think that sound matters. So you should absolutely invest into a microphone. But again, it's like $150 for a good microphone at, at max, really. That would get the job done. Camera is not so important, but if you want to know what's a good camera anyways, so this camera right here, DJI Osmo, is like a killer. Pocket 3, it's literally the camera I'm using right now for this video. So this camera does the job. I'm literally using that camera to record this very video right now. It's like a GoPro camera, but it does record in 4K. And for like the past half a year, I've been using that camera. Before that, I had like a fancy camera for $2,000, but one day it just broke. So I was like, yo, let me just buy this cheaper camera. I also travel a lot, so it's like easier to be with it on the go as well. But if all you have is a webcam or an iPhone, that can also get the job done. Don't stress about it. And to record the actual video, I use OBS, so it's also a fairly simple program. Let me know if you need a tutorial on how to set it up. But yeah, you just kind of, I mean, it's super simple. And that's the whole setup, really. So editing. Now, this is where people waste time. And of course, it depends on the style of editing. Like if you're doing insane motion graphics and you really want to capture people's attention to the max and you want to apply motion graphics, first of all, it's going to cost more unless you're editing yourself, which is also a huge waste of time. But if you are hiring an editor who's going to do like motion graphics and all this Iman Gaji style crazy editing, that's going to take more time genuinely. So that could be like 1 to 2 weeks turnaround per video. And it could be around $30 to $50 per minute of that video. So a single good video, like a 10-minute video, could cost multiple hundreds of dollars. 20-30-minute video in that style could cost up to $1,000 even more dollars. So, but if you're doing something, what I'm doing right now, which is just a talking video that has some rough cuts and that's it, you can either do it yourself in like an hour, or you can hire an editor and have it done for like $50 or $100. Myself, half the time I hire people, but perhaps that very video I'm going to edit myself because if you can move fast and if you can just edit a video super quickly and you respect your own time, you can just literally get it done. But most of the time I still outsource because it's a very low leverage skill. I would only edit the videos myself if I need them done like ASAP. And again, I just prioritize time. But also in my program, I show the right way to hire the editor. So you're not going to hire some editor that's just going to bamboozle you, right? And so if you could literally go on Upwork, hire an editor, and just then in the future send them Google Drive links with your videos, and they're going to have it done for you super easy. So when it comes to uploading videos, there's a few things you should keep in mind. First of all, turn off the made for kids feature, because if you turn it on, YouTube is just going to censor your video and you just don't want to turn it on. Trust me. Also, all the links, the most important link that you want to drive all the traffic to should be at the top of your video so that people can actually see it visibly. And lastly, another pro tip, you should also just engage with early commenters. Otherwise, there's not much rocket science behind uploading videos, except there's also a very strict process that you need to follow. And this is one of the checklists that I provide to my paid program members, basically, where I show them exactly how to upload videos the right way to maximize the reach potential. And you can feel free to pause the video. You can like screenshot, give it to AI so that it's going to extract all the inputs for you. These are basically all the things that I check off as I upload each and every video. So yeah, feel free to utilize that as well if it's going to be of any use to you. So to sum this video up, team and foundations save the time. So AI helps, but AI will never get the job for you unless you know exactly how to use the AI for certain processes of your video and content creation. And once everything is dialed in and systematized, you can get a video out in just a few hours of your time, plus about a day of turnaround with video editors, or another few hours of your own time if you choose to like edit the video. And then once again, the idea and packaging matters the most. I could not stress this enough. So many people don't understand it and go with like generic AI generated titles, which is crazy to me. Another thing is quality is the new edge. So with YouTube's rule change, avoid AI slop at all cost. So what is AI slop? It is fully generated AI images and template packaging. If you can spot it, so can the viewer and so can the YouTube algorithms. They're just going to detect it and take it down. So don't even play these games trying to produce slop. And so again, if at any point in time you want my help and you want me to work with you one-on-one in my new program where I'm going to help you set up your channel and help you achieve this result that you see here on the screen, click the link below, book a call. We'll see if you're the right fit. But if you actually want to know more about this business model and all the ways on how to earn money with this kind of a channel, you can click on the screen now. You'll be taken to the next video where I explain the whole model in more detail. So I'll see you in that video.